morning student, and today we will discuss about the carbon and its compound. In the last video we have completed the isomerism classification and the formations of covalent bond between the carbon atom. Actually in this year CBSE reduces most of the part of the carbon compound, and in your syllabus is only the covalent bond in carbon compound and the homologous series and the versatile nature of carbon. I have already given the aspect of the versatile nature of carbon. Today I would like to remind you versatile nature of carbon as well as the history of the organic compounds. Actually carbon is versatile nature. Why? Because you know that there are two reasons for this carbon is versatile nature. The first one is the catenation tendency and the second one is the tetracovalency. What is catenation tendency? That is the self-linking capacity of carbon to another carbon atom to form chain, branch or cyclic structure. This is called the catenation tendency. And one of the very specific element carbon which have the maximum catenation tendency. Maximum catenation tendency. Carbon can form 4 bonds because of the presence of 4 electrons in their outermost shell. So this is their tetracovalency. And the self-linking capacity is maximum in carbon. Why? Because the second member is silicon. It has also 4 electrons in their outermost shells, but it can form only 6, 7, 8 only silicon atom to each other covalently. But carbon form thousands of the carbon molecules by associating through the chemical covalent bond. So why carbon is able to form the more branching structures, more covalent bond structure as compared to the rest of the member or the silicon or other member of the same group. So one of very easy reason, clear reason, this is because of small in size and presence of 4 electron. Because of the smaller size and the 4 electron, it can form the multiple bond with the carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, etc. and itself to the carbon atom form the multiple bond and can form the branch, cyclic and chain structure. So this is called the catenation tendency. Another reason we have to discuss, carbon cannot lose 4 electron, cannot the gain 4 electron. In the first video we have discussed. Because when carbon gain the 4 electron to achieve the octet structure, the total number of electrons become 8 and the total number of electrons become 10 and the number of proton is only 6 in the nucleus. So is it possible 6 proton can manage the 10 electron? No. So it become unstable and it cannot lose 4 electron because of the smaller size. So strong force of attraction acting between the nucleus and valence electron. So large amount of energy required to pull the electron. So far carbon cannot lose 4 electron or cannot gain 4 electron. So these are the versatile nature of the compound. Now we are coming on the history of the organic compound. Actually in ancient time the substance are obtaining or the major source of the substance obtaining, that is the animal, plant and minerals. And then on the basis of their origin, or you can say to their source, it is further classified into the two categories. This is organic compound and the inorganic compound. The substances which are obtained from the plant and animal, just like urea, sugar, sucrose, hexose, and the number of organic compound having the carbon atom, that are considered as the organic compound. And whereas just like the substance obtained from the minerals like the salt, potassium sulfate, potassium carbonate, ferric cyanide, etc., having no carbon atom, that is considered as the inorganic compounds. Now in ancient time very few knowledge about the formations of carbon compound or organic compound, you can say. Actually that time Berzelius was the scientist in 1815, Swedish chemist, a big name at the times, who told that is the mysterious force acting in the formations of the organic compound and gave a theory that is called the vital force theory. What is vital force theory? Actually, no one knows the formations of organic compound in the laboratory. And the big name, that is the Berzelius in 1815 gave a vital force of theory. He told that the formations of organic compound under the influence of the mysterious force to form the organic compound existing between the compound to compound. So this mysterious force, this mystery was till completely 18th century, and the early of the 19th century that was the rejected this model. When this model rejected, a death of this concept. Actually, the Friedrich Hohler in 1822, this is the German chemist, he is the German chemist, suddenly prepare an organic compound from, very wonderful things here, from inorganic compound. Before this it was known that all the organic compound is spontaneously generated or itself produced in the nature from the plant and animals. And due to this reason, he gave the theory of the vital force theory and mysterious force. That was the mystery of the formations of organic compound. But after the early of the 19th century, a German chemist, that is the Friedrich Hohler, who prepared the first organic compound in the laboratory, that was the urea. And it is very wonderful to know for you, this organic compound urea was prepared from the inorganic compound potassium cyanate. So first we will discuss here the organic compounds or organic chemistry. Organic compounds. So one thing is, keep in mind, all the organic compound having the carbon, inorganic compound having no carbon except the carbonate, cyanide and carbon dioxide. Inorganic compound basically extracted or obtained from the minerals, rocks, and the organic compound directly or indirectly obtained from the plant and animal. But it can also prepared in the laboratory, that is synthetically in the laboratory, and the first compound was prepared by the Friedrich Hohler in 1822 at the early of 19th century. That time the death of the vital force of theory after the formations of the urea. So urea was prepared from the inorganic compound potassium cyanate. How potassium cyanate formation takes place? Just like suddenly it was prepared by the Hohler. Ammonium chloride, just like NH4Cl, when treated with the potassium cyanide, KCNO, and the KCl is formations of ammonium cyanide. This is by heating, formations of NH4CNO and plus KCl. This is ammonium cyanide. And this ammonium cyanide, this is NH4CNO. On heating it become rearranged. Heating it rearrange. Rearrange to form. This is N 4 hydrogen and 2 nitrogen, 1 carbon and 1 oxygen. It rearrange to form NS2CONH2. This is the first compound urea. Was prepared in the laboratory by the Friedrich Hohler. And after that, 1,000 lakh million of the organic compound have been prepared, and 1,000 of the organic compound is in the queue for additions to the old number of the organic compound. And it's play very, very important role in every field of our life. Either the life-saving drugs, detergent, soap, whatever we are feeding, carbohydrate, vitamins, etc. All these are the organic compounds. So the new precise definitions of the organic compound was given. Modern definition: this is the organic compound is the chemistry of carbon and hydrogen. Means this is simply the study of hydrocarbon. Another term, hydrocarbon. Organic chemistry is simply Organic chemistry is the branch of science which study about the hydrocarbon. Organic chemistry is the study of hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means the compound of carbon and hydrogen. This is called the hydrocarbon. Is it clear? Hydrocarbon means the compound of carbon and hydrogen, and carbon can also form bond with the other element heteroatom like oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, etc. So this most precise definitions of the organic chemistry. This is the branch of science which deals with the study of the hydrocarbon. Is it clear? So this is hydrocarbon, and this is the history of the formations of organic compound. And one thing is very clear, that the organic compound, first organic compound was prepared by the inorganic compound. Is it clear? Now this hydrocarbon may be the two types, saturated or unsaturated hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon may be saturated or unsaturated. Hydrocarbon may be saturated and unsaturated. Unsaturated and saturated. This is saturated means when all four valency of carbon, is completed by the single bond. Valency of carbon is completed by single bond called saturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbon, just like methane, CH4, this is single bond, this is methane. Next member ethane, CH3, C2H6. You will see all four valency of carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single bond. So this type of carbon is called the saturated hydrocarbon. Saturated means when all four valency is completed by single bond, this is called the saturated hydrocarbon. Whereas unsaturated hydrocarbon, unsaturated hydrocarbon, when all four valency is completed by the multiple bond. When the valency of carbon is completed by, simply, or when the valency of carbon is completed by multiple bond, called unsaturated hydrocarbon. Unsaturated. Just like ethene, C2H4, their valency is carbon-carbon double bond. Alkene, simply called common name is alkene or ethene. This is C2H4. Ethene. Ethyne, alkyne. Another example, alkyne. This is HC, acetylene. CH. You will see the valency of carbon is completed by 1, 2 double bond. Here 3, 4. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. So alkene, alkyne are the examples of the unsaturated hydrocarbon. It is clear? All four valencies completed by the single bond, this is saturated hydrocarbon. And when valence is completed by multiple bond, means more than one bond, that is called the unsaturated hydrocarbon. Is it clear? Now we are coming on the types of the organic compounds. Yes, basically organic compound are of two types. This is acyclic and the cyclic. Acyclic and the cyclic. Acyclic means open chain structure, or you can say aliphatic and aromatic. Basically at the level of class 10, you know that there are two types of hydrocarbon, aliphatic and the aromatic. Simply I am not going the brief classifications of the organic compound, as already the CBSE reduces your syllabus. So simply you know that organic compound maybe or hydrocarbon, maybe you can say this is acyclic and the cyclic. Acyclic basically simply examples of the, this is the first member, are simply aliphatic is the examples of acyclic compound, and the cyclic may be aromatic cyclic structure, and the cycloalkane and heterocycloalkane, etc. you can write. Basically you know that two types of aliphatic and the aromatic compound. Aliphatic is simply, it may be the cyclic or acyclic, but hydrocarbon, this is open chain structure. You can say acyclic means not the cyclic structure, open chain. And the first member, you know that aliphatic and aromatic, basically two types of organic compound. This is the course of the aromatic. Next year you will discuss, you will read. This is aliphatic. The first member of aliphatic organic compound is the methane, CH4. And the first member of aromatic compound is benzene. It is taken from the aroma word, which have the pleasant odor. This is called the aromatic compound. And the formula of benzene is C6H6. So you will read into the next class 11. And the methane is commonly called as alkane. So this is the head member of the aliphatic compound. There are two types of organic compound we have discussed, aliphatic and the aromatic. Aliphatic basically acyclic means there is no cyclic form, and the cyclic form like the aromatic compound. So aromatic, the first member of each group. Aromatic, the first member of benzene, means all the aromatic compound is prepared by the benzene, means derivative of benzene. So this is the head member. And the head member of aliphatic compound, this is the CH4 methane. So all the aliphatic compound can be prepared from the CH4 methane and commonly called the alkane. It is commonly called the alkane. So how do you write the next member of methane? Just like by replacing hydrogen by the CH2, you will get the next member. Just like CH4, when one hydrogen replaces with one CH2 group, so you will get the CH3, one hydrogen replaces, you can write in this manner, CH4, CH4, this is one hydrogen replaces with one CH2. So it gets the next member, CH2. Now further it can form another CH2 group, next member can be prepared. It can further prepare another next member CH2 group. Whenever you want to end the group, so write the H here. This H is reduces. So where one carbon is increases, it methane, now ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, etc. Actually, in this year we are not going to discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature. For your kind information, you must have knowledge about the homologous series and the that is the functional group which show the characteristic property of particular group. So Must be keep in mind aliphatic and aromatic compound. Aliphatic, the first member is methane, commonly called the alkane. Next member can be prepared of the methane by replacing one hydrogen to the CH2. As CH2 is increases, next member can be found. Next one is 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon and so on. Is it clear? Now we are coming to the homologous series. So homologous series actually homologous series are identified on the basis of their functional group. Functional group. Actually, large number of organic compound is known, so it is not possible to learn every organic compound. So IUPAC provide the system to take the name. IUPAC name further in next class we will discuss. Actually, all organic compound categorized on the basis of their functional group. Just like myself, SP Srivastava. So obviously clear that in my family everyone is the Srivastava surname. Similarly, every organic compound is categorized on the basis of their functional group. If the functional group, just like this is the atom or molecule, what is functional group? Atom or molecule which show the characteristic property of particular group. Homologous functional group means atom or molecule which give the characteristic property of the particular group. This is called the functional group. Just like in methane, CH4, when one hydrogen replaces by OH group, this is CH3 OH. This is alcohol group. OH means alcohol, methane. So whatever be the number, all the compounds just like CH3OH, CH3, CH2OH, whatever be the number, if all compound having CH2, CH2OH, so having the OH group present in every compound, this is 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, so they are homologous series. Means all have the same functional group. Just like alcohol having the functional group OH, alkane having the single bond, alkene having a double bond, all the alkene group having a double bond, alkyne having a triple bond, and the alcohol having the OH group, halide is equal to halogen group, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and the aldehyde having the CHO group, and the next one, this is the carboxylic acid COH group. So all the compound are categorized on the basis of their functional group, and when the compound, two or more than two compound having the same functional group, they are all categorized as the homologous series. Next member of the same substance can be prepared by replacing one hydrogen by adding the CH2 group. So this is all about your organic compound or carbon compound. In this year, only the covalent bonding in carbon compound, versatile nature and homologous series. This is in your syllabus. I am not going to convey the isomerism topic because this is reduces from the 10th syllabus. So try to write down the sketch the covalent compound by dot structure, and then simply do the practice to writing the octet structure to the circle way. I have already mentioned, and you have done already very well. That is the class 10th student did very well, and 10th B also started today. So next time you will try to ask your questions by writing way, and we will also discuss some exercise problem from your book. Thank you.